Play for the spirit of the game.
Hey everybody, Benito here for Spectre Studios, and the second game of our Spectre Studios solo Blood Bowl game. We got the Mountain Valley 69ers taking on the Lost Lands Gators for this episode. Now, first episode out, I did a lot of editing and working on it as pretty much a disclaimer. It just took a super long time for me to kind of put all that kind of together. So what I'm going to try to do now is kind of go through the rolling motions, I bet. I'm going to try to do a recap part of it, so you won't again see me moving all the pieces, but I'm going to kind of show the end result where things go. I think I'm going to kind of use some tracking things for certain movement, so you kind of see exactly kind of things play out. So it'll kind of look chess-like. As a view disclaimer, when I kind of go through the video part of it with some marking pieces for some of the players that kind of moved, especially the blitzing action or some major passing part of it. So you're going to see a little bit of that, kind of heads up. Like if you don't really kind of like that, again, comment below, and then if I really have to, I will do the whole kind of one-handed motion, kind of going through everything. I just want to try to keep the videos down and short, so hopefully this will make the best compromise between both two worlds. So let's take a look at the teams. All right, two teams kind of gathered up on the pitch here, using the orc side of the board from the original starter box. And there's the Mountain Valley 69ers. Right in the front is that Troll Slayer, Bubba Breaker, so he's going to have the +1 strength to lead for the team here. And for the Lost Lands Gators, and in white will be Drake White, so that's a Soros with a strength 5 bonus part of it. Really excited about these guys. This is the first time I've ever used them, so and this is kind of almost a traditional setup. There are no chameleon skinks. Really trying to go for the brute strength force because you don't have any skills on the Sauruses, so we'll see how that kind of plays out against a team that has tons of blocks, tackles, and of course the Dauntless with the Troll Slayers. So let's see how these two will match up against each other for the second game. Okay, so on the roll-off, basically the fan factor is going to go to the Dwarves. They're going to have a +1 fame. They got one guy in reserve. The Lost Lands Gators have nobody, like Spence and those Sauruses and Croc Cigar. So the Miners, they are going to receive the ball. We got kind of everything set up for this little pitch thing going on here. So let's, they're going to place the ball right there. Let's see where this guy goes. And it's going to go 2 to the 1. And we have our little board kind of set up to that, so it's going to go right to the front. Kickoff table. It's going to be 11, which is throw a rock. Let's find out what happened with that one. All right, well, quick little roll off that. The Mountain Valley 69ers win. The Dwarven fans are brutal. They throw the rock at this poor little skink. It's going to go straight through, boom, injury, and it end up being 52 smash knee. It's going to put this poor guy out right off the bat. So now the Lost Lands Gators are definitely going to need that strength as they are down 1 player. So it is 11 to 10 players on this pitch and going out the rest of the game. All right, just one more little bounce there. And we're going to get this thing started. Okay, Mountain Valley 69ers turn 1, and hopefully these things will kind of help you out. So gold tokens are movement of the players, and the little blue tokens next to him, if you played in my league, are little activation things letting you know that everyone has been activated. Everyone on the 69ers activated. Really kind of started things off with this little move here with Bubba Breaker trying to do a blitz action block. He ended up failing his second dauntless when I pushed the source over here, and then he rolled a skull down, which was one of the his was a skull. Sorry, defender, the attacker down. So I had to use a reroll, which ended up being both players down, or the defender down. So of course I chose the defender down, even though both defenders down, even though he had blocked, just so he would not go off the pitch. We had a little bit of movement here. We got 2 sources knocked down from the line blockers, who are just so good as a team on the line, just devastating. No injury rolls. That armor 9 playing pretty well. Colin Kaepernick, he's able to get back here. His little path to scoop up the ball. He's got a minor cage going on as I set a little bit of that up. And that is the turn 1. Okay, Lost Lands Gators, turn 1, virtually pretty uneventful. I might want to add on the second turn, asking these red ones, meaning some block occurred, especially if there was some movement. So over here, I kind of really blew the Niners call, because I almost, again, getting back into this, I forgot here Bubba Breaker is strength 4 instead of strength 3, so he probably could have just been using that 1 die situation and gotten rid of that source. But, you know, as in Blood Bowl, no really kind of take-backs there. So that kind of like changed things there. He was unable to really get rid of him. And that is Barney Purple trying to push Bubba Breaker off the pitch, or just to kind of knock him down to protect his comrade there. And so we kind of got that little mess here. Kind of got some things kind of got back up for the sources that are down. And how to start this lovely thing. Gila Agor, my Croxagor. I just wanted to get him moved in contact, and he bonehead. Again, those that play me know these big guys are just banes for me, drawing the roll of 1. Then our star here for the Gators, Drake White, moved over. He tried to put a hit on that secondary Troll Slayer, Crazy 80 Brim, and just managed to just kind of push him. That was pretty much it. And then we got a little backup skink who ran all the way around. You can see a lot of movement from these sources to kind of cause a flank on the cage before too much is forming in. But I don't like the situation because Kilagore is he's boneheaded, so the cage is a little vulnerable with kind of just one little lone skink trying to protect the back end of this. So let's see exactly what the Niners are able to do. All right, Mountain Valley 69ers, round 2, as you basically heard. Most success for the team. We got Colin Kaepernick. He's able to march down the field. We got to knock down that lead skink. We got the Saurus on the left there with the Croxagar at stun situation there. So we got a pretty good box as the Dwarves kind of moved across, unable to kind of secure the back end with anything. I knocked the skink down with this blitzer, and then Bubba Breaker, he kind of did a one die block against this guy, but I'm out of rerolls. Skull down, but he's okay, so it'll go into the Gators. All right, Lost Lands Gators, they basically had a mixed bag of peanuts of situations basically happened. So the Croxagar basically was again able to get up and knock down the blocker that was in his way. Lizzie Green was able to move around, and as you can see, the blue token means she went for it to get in there to kind of make sure there was no other tackles, put some tackle zones on these other guys here. I moved up one skink to the back in case anything good happened, and Barney Purple was able to knock down the blitzer, and then Dino Brown was able to move all the way up. He had to go for it twice to put a hit on Colin Kaepernick, and he had they both go down. Runners don't have block, and this is going to be a KO. I did break armor to send him into the dugout there with a 9. And the ball, though, however, this is where the mixed bag of nuts come in. It bounced into Michael Vick hand, even with the tackle zone stress onto him. And, of course, with the both defenders down, it's going to be a turnover. Okay, Mountain Valley 69ers. And things have pretty much gone splendidly well for the Niners, really, in all cases, and it looks super strong. I am not a huge fan of the cage. I get the cage concept, but I feel, in my defense, I've been able to bog cages down, so I didn't really play around too much with holding onto one for long. And as you can see, Michael Vick, he's broken through. He's got one escort. I kind of like those little things, kind of causing little escorting things, but I like to break down the edge sides here. So got a couple people up. We made a block here. That cleared up Crazy Eddie Brim to kind of knock down Serpent Blue, and he was able to stun him. We also got Lizzie Green pretty much clear out of here with a blitz. I think that was from Lannister Goldarm. He kind of knocked her down, and pretty much cleared the way with Skinks having to get up, not having the big strength. I feel pretty confident that the Niners are looking pretty good, and Michael Vick may be leading the team down for a first score. Okay, Lost Lands Gators. I didn't really have a lot to do. I probably could have did a little more bashing, but it is 0-0, and there is an opportunity, and I kind of found it. However, I had to have a little bit of dice luck to go my way, and it kind of fizzled a little bit after the first one. So we had this little guy, this little skink, make 2 go for it. I got him in a position to get right there. I was trying to get this little one, Pink Salty, to get over there and make the hit. I basically would have had to go for it, I think, a couple times. But that damn tackle from Dwarven blockers pretty much failed that. I wasn't able to that, and I'm out of rerolls, so that quickly ends the turn. Alright, this looks pretty straightforward. I'm not going to mess around. We're just going to make this thing basically happen. So let's see here. We got number 11. Gray Joyman. He's going to make a blitz action. He's going to take on our little skink here fellow. Let's see what number he is. Number 8. This is Yellow Tegu. Can you hold on? And oh my god! Are you kidding me? I'm out of rerolls. This is why you make people roll dice, folks. Alright, so we got into turn 4. Of course, you remember the awesome break that basically happened when our little guy there stopped the Niners from scoring Yellow Tegu. So, mixed bag of knuffle nuts, I guess, is how kind of things go. I'll make it pretty easy over here. Got some people up that were kind of knocked down. Moved this kind of skink over. He's pretty much setting himself up for possibly down the road action. So basically what I did was I just got our little guy there, Pink Salty. She just kind of moved up and put the hit on Michael Vick, and down he went. But the mixed bag of knuffle nuts again is that she ended up with the ball. So didn't really kind of want that because Tegu here, Yellow Tegu, was free. So now I had to kind of set up a sort of defense. So Tegu went around the other side, got off the sideline, and backed up there to kind of put pressure on Michael Vick. And then I was able to get I got Lizzie Green. She was able to clear that blocker there. That helped me to get Killa Agor. He didn't bonehead this time. Get all the way down to insert a tackle zone right there. I was trying to get Dino Brown down over there, but he failed his second go forward. And again, I'm out at rerolls to try to give me an extra just in case you have it, because now pretty much you're looking at straight dice from everything here. All right, as things were looking real good and going sweet for the Mountain Valley 69ers, things are starting to slow down for them. All right, so we try to put the hit here with number 11 here. Gray Joyman, and all he did was push Pink Salty out, and that kind of opened her up to be a little bit more free. Still has tackle on her, so we'll see exactly how that kind of plays out. What I didn't kind of get my Cal Vic up. I thought I could get a nice little quick hit with my Troll Slayer, and of course, that 1 in 6 chance I rolled the skull, and down he goes for a quick turnover. Okay, so we got the start of the Lost Lands Gators turn, and I had got Dino Brown up, just in case, setting himself situated. Kayla Gore was ready to make a blitz action, and guess what? Bonehead. Fail. There goes the blitz. So, my becoming new favorite on this team is Yellow Tegu. He's able, because we had 3 players there, able to knock down Gray Joyman. So that gives Pink Salty the scamper run up, and we are in a short pass. So I wanted everyone to kind of see this, see if this is all going to work out. We need a 4 higher. We have no rerolls. Can Salty get it out there? No, very short. Let's see where the ball is going to scatter to. All right, laying from there. It's going to go to the 8. To the 2. Oh man, can this, folks, be a 4? 4 is what we need to get it on our skink right there. It is an 8 again, so it's going to bounce right there. Make one more final bounce as it hits the earth. One more back here, and it's another turnover. All right, the Mountain Valley 69ers just really trying to change field position. We got crazy Eddie Brim. He was able to get up, knock down Serpent Blue, clear the way a little bit. That got our good old blitzer here. Let's see, number 5. That is that's Captain Run Morgan. He was able to dodge out of there, grab the ball. He chucked it. Was looking for this dwarf here. It was a long shot. He needed 5 to get it down there. He failed it, and the ball kind of scattered a bit and hit out here to result in a turnover, but protecting the field position from the skink getting the ball. All right, turn 6 for the Lost Land Gators, and I'm telling you, I just kind of basically got some people up. Serpent Blue, Ronnie Purple, get things going. I'm telling you, Yellow Tegu is becoming my fan. Dino Brown moved over here, but Yellow Tegu moved all the way across, scooped up the ball, moved over, made 2 go for it, handed it off to Pink Salty. Then, right now, he's going to make a throw to Blue Iguana. So Pink Salty to Blue Iguana needs a 2+ to make this happen. Just got it as he got a little too close. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a 3 he needed. So, again, Pink Salty will fail this throw. So let's see where the ball is going to go. It's going to go 1 back. It's to the 6. It's going to go across. Again, the Gators need a 5. Oh my God! It's there! We have an opportunity, folks. An opportunity. So this is just going to be a 4, not a 3 to catch it. Blue Iguana makes the catch, so it's not a turnover. It's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to score! All right, we are going into this basic setup. There's the Gators lined up. Of course, they are down 1 player, and then we set up the Niners. I got this little motion here. I have an opportunity. It's turn 7 to make a score, but it's going to cost some rolls and some go for it to make this basically happen. Let's see where this ball is going to go. So we're looking at 5 movement going to the 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of puts it closer to the line. Our kickoff table is going to be, and our ball is in there, so it's looking like a 5. So 5 is a high kick. We'll move this dwarf into position. Gets it on a 4. Nope, bounces off of him to the 2 right in front of him, and then we'll get into our regular turn. Okay, so start of the turn, everything is kind of going the way for this part 1 of this plan to score in place. So our batch of dwarves here pretty much cleared 2 dwarves down. That basically is going to free Micah Vick out. Colin Kopernik, he's able to get the ball. A lot of shifting over. And I was pretty thrilled here that Lannister Goldarm was able to make a dodge out of a tackle zone, as you can see right there, to put a hold on this skink. This could make the difference from extra dice with these skinks to just a single die. So let's see how things happen. All right. I'm going to play odds here, and pretty much, so we just kind of boxed Micah Vick's path in. The Gilligor, he did knock out 1 dwarf over there. Drake White, he tried to do a blitz to kind of put some pressure on him, but basically got the skulls, both defenders down, and of course he's got block. So he was ended up getting taken down, but no injury, and that's the turn. So final turn, chance to make things happen. I was kind of looking at the situation. There was a lot of bad odds to get the ball out there, for him to catch it, then for him to break free and make the move down the field. And of course, there's a lot of things. So I was trying to get a clear path, maybe break it up, get the ball a little bit more cleaner so I'd have an opportunity to play there to make the pass and go for it. So I make the start with the captain, and boom, yep, skull down. He's already hit the turf just like that, and he was fine. Alright, wasn't really a chance to score, so I tried to do some damage. Dino Brown was able to knock down this blitzer and actually broke armor and stunned him. That freed up Barney Purple, and I was going to try to make some damage to the Dwarves by taking out one of the runners. Got both players down, and Barney got stunned. Not much else happened to the runner, and that's a turnover. We're going into the half. Well, okay, it's halftime. Mountain Valley 69ers taking on the Lost Lands Gators. And although the Niners got the ball, I mean, this is the amazing thing about Blood Bowl. I mean, if we go back and look, I was confident that the Niners were going to score first and really have a great situation to really put a lot of pressure on the Gators. And I think that would have worked out pretty well. But a freak break of the double skulls popping up on against the Gators, just blew it open. They had an opportunity, failed it, tried to go downfield again with the Niners, and then it kind of laid there. And again, we're seeing maybe a great star in the making with Yellow Tegu. He's made the blocks. He came back, picked the ball up, went for it, handed off. Salty finally was able to make the second pass, although not great. But I don't know. I thought a lot of the luck was going the Niners' way, but there was just a little bit of luck went back to the Gators. That set up the touchdown. Iguana Blue scoring the one and only touchdown going on so far. And right now, it's going to be really tough for the Niners. They're going to have to do some devastating blocking on the retaliation back when the Gators get the ball, because they're going to get the ball first. So they've got to hold up and then devastate the line and kind of break through and do almost exactly what kind of happened, for the Gators. Although the Gators didn't devastate back, they just really got fortunate where the ball kind of played out, that they took advantage of the opportunity. And that's a good balance. I mean, they have the strength of the Scourges, the movement ability, the quickness of the Skinks, and those Skinks haven't been in a lot of danger because there's so many big bodies that the Dwarves are basically having to fight through. But they're going to need to bounce back and get something happening to tie this game up, or they're going to be really, really in trouble in this playoff. Let's see what the action kind of leads us to. All right, the Dwarves are ready to kick off. One of the Dwarves did not come back from that. We are going to use a illegal ball. This is the Dwarven Master him thing. So Colin Kaepernick will be the kicker. So we'll see exactly what happens with this football as it scatters in. Oh, good thing. It's only a D3, but it's fine. 1, 2, 3. It is going to be pinned back there. It won't bounce. Now let's see on the kickoff table. And it is a 3 and a 5 for an 8. And 8 is going to be a brilliant coaching. Neither team really has any coaches, but the Dwarves have +1 fame. And they will just get a reroll back with that, so they'll go up to 3. Up to 2, I'm sorry. They only started with 1, and they have the 2. And let's get the turn off for the Gators. Alright, the Lost Lands Gators, everything's pretty much went into play. Knocked some people around. Got 1 stun in the mix of all that. Pink Salty, she's got the ball. Escorted by Yellow Tegu, as we all know. Everyone else just kind of rolled into position. Drake White, though, pretty rough star there. He went up there and made that blitz action on that Troll Slayer. Rolled double skulls, and I had to use one of their 2 rerolls. Already there trying to hold position, so let's see if they can put more pressure on. Alright, Mountain Valley 69ers have an opportunity here. So I basically moved around the 2 runners covering Iguana Blue there. Situated up our star Bubba Breaker. He knocked down and stunned one of the sources. So I kind of looked and saw that there was an angle to Pink Salty, who has the ball. So I had to do a dodge, and I wanted to make sure I had the space to get it. So I had to do 1 in the zone. I had that extra reroll got from the coach, but he fails both dodge rolls. Boom, goes straight down. And let's see if I did hurt him. No, he does not hurt himself. So that's a quick turnover. All right, the Lost Lands Gators taken into the field here, and it looks amazing. I had the opportunity to make a possible throw. Again, he was kind of covered up with the runners, so I kind of went with the slight box, and really, Drake White pulled through here. He stuns that Troll Slayer. Everyone kind of made a move, got a couple of pushes here, and basically what I was able to do is get Tegu up, Yellow Tegu up there for Iguana Blue to make a hit, and boom, knocks down Smika. This is that was Colin Kaepernick, knocks him down. So that's a real big, devastating blow to a lot of the Dwarves. A lot of the Dwarves got knocked down by the sources this turn, so things went super well. Pink Salty's with the ball. As you can see, that's how far it's got to go. So the Dwarves really got to come around and throw up a defense here to stop this potential score. And they only have 1 reroll to make this happen. Otherwise, this could get out of hand. All right, got a bunch of Dwarves up in position just in case. And Colin Kaepernick made the dodge. I got around, found a spot, 2 dice I would have on Pink Salty, but I failed to go for it. So down he goes, and he stunned himself. Not looking good for the Dwarves. Okay, so basically with the situation of the Dwarves being down, I didn't score. Yep, you didn't see the highlight of this thing going right off to the bat. I put Pink Salty right there, escorted in tackle zone situations. You almost have to go through these 2 skinks to even get to her. With the Dwarves' agility, no dodge ability, I figured, let's take another round of beating and kind of knock some people down, but Dwarves have some pretty solid armor, and Lizardmen ended up knocking herself down with both defenders down, hitting a blocker with the block skill. So really not a lot of damage, but you know, I had an opportunity. I thought I'd take a chance. All right. Again, things are not really kind of looking good. I tried to put some blocking pressure, but I had to get a lot of Dwarves up. Had an opportunity to knock down the Croxagore and maybe kick and foul him, but that didn't happen. So went with a single die block for our star, and he really hasn't been that star for us. Even with a single die, he ends up getting skull down. No rerolls. Down he goes, but we got 1 Troll Slayer back up. He's going to try to put pressure, pretty much forcing the Lost Lands Gators to score. And really, without hesitation, I'm not even going to mess around. We're going to make that score. There's Pink Salty. He scores! Alright. Here's our setup. Again, we're going to try to bust through the corner because it's very dense with loads of sources. A couple skinks in the back. Just kind of do some devastating. But we got to be quick. We got to score because honestly, we're down 2-0, so the Dwarves got to do it. And, you know, the Gators didn't like the fact that the Dwarves cheated with a ball. So we're going to use the Sacred Egg. Pink Salty over there, he's going to be the one kicking it. Let's see where the ball goes. So this basically, if you're in it, it's going to cause a chance to make the guy not want to carry the ball anymore. And that's going to go 3 to the 6. This could be trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to go on this Dwarf. Can he basically pick it up on a 4? Nope, bounce on him. Is this fortunate for the Dwarves? It is! So at least a little fortune. That's going to be over the line, which will cause it to be a turnover and the loss of the special ball. Alright, the Mountain Valley 69ers are trying to make a lot of things happen. So you can see the Trek moving, get a runner over there. That put on a couple of blocks to move Lizzie. That allowed Bubba Breaker to basically knock down Dino Brown there. And Dino Brown. And I wanted to put him more to the sideline, but I had to clear the zone for our blitzer here, Brett Hilbert. He's going to try to make the score. You can see a couple go for it. Kaepernick is right behind in a bit of a cage here, so we'll see if things kind of clear. The skinks are kind of free, but this guy actually has blocks, so a little bit different than the runners with the distance-wise, and kind of tied a lot of people up. Let's see if they can, you know, make the score happen, but the Lost Lands Gators are up. All right, back to the Gators. Really, everything really went well. Only one bad thing basically happened. So, first off, basically, Barney Purple here, led by Lizzie Green, they just kind of pushed the hole and against the pocket here. That's going to put pressure on Kaepernick here, which I don't like there. Then the worst, yep, these good old skinks surrounded the blitzer. So now it's pretty shoddy deal right there. A couple of movements, jostling right there. And this is the worst thing that happened is Kilgore boneheaded. That's it. Really, really good situation for the Lost Lands Gators to kind of defend this offensive surge by the Niners. Well, back to the Mountain Valley 69ers, and it's really a bad spot. I got some bodies up here. You can see the mark checked right there. I just had to try to get the odd kind of stacked where the best ratio was going, which meant moving this blocker because he was freed by the bonehead to get there. He needed to make 2 go-for-its to get in that zone, and that way take away those 2 skinks. So then I could do a blitz action to free up the blitzer to go down the zone, and then really just try to take a pass action with Coppermick down the field. I could try to clear a little bit better with dice that. But just on the early on, I mean, it's a 1 in 6 chance fail. Although in the twice part, he nails it first time. Of course, with no rerolls, and he's down, turnover, and the Lost Lands Gators get to answer back. All right, we're moving in the latter part of the game. It's just the Lost Lands Gators are just devastating. All that strength is just knocking around, and then when there's not, the little guys are ganging up. And yeah, so Pink Salty knocks down the blitzer. He's unable to really kind of go anywhere. And to make it worse, my man, Yellow Tegu, comes up, does a cheap shot foul, boom, and stuns him. So he's really kind of out of play, leaving the blockers. Then Killigore, he kind of woke up, kind of circled around and nailed Copperneck and put him down. Ball kind of bounced around a bit. It landed in the back. Everybody kind of did their part of knocking even more dwarves around or down. Things are definitely looking awful for the Niners. All right, really just, yeah, you can see the despair in my voice, the just desperation, trying to clear around the ball. I had to get a couple other players up, didn't give me a lot of availability. Bubba Breaker, I was a little impressed. He didn't really have a lot of options. He had to do 2 dice. Defender chooses to, because he had help from this guy to move Barney Purple. So he did move him, and even had to do a frenzy and to follow with a single die to move him all the way over. So that kind of cleared, but Micah Vick had to try to make a move in between these guys to get in there, and yeah, you can see, failed. Needed 4+ to get there to try to get to the ball and maybe make a desperation play, but it just didn't happen. All right, all the action on the sideline, and basically it has been more of the Gators. They're just really devastating. Killigore and Lizzie Green both stunning the Dwarves, even our star Troll Slayer there. He's stunned. Serpent Blue had to use a reroll because he had a skull and both defenders down, but on the second one he was able to knock down the other blocker. Set up the Skinks, and then of course my favorite, Yellow Tegu, blitzed all around, knocked down the Dwarven blocker, but when he went up to scoop the ball, failed, bounced off the body of the Troll Slayer, and now it is into Killigore's big meaty serpent paws. So I don't know exactly how the Niners are going to get it back, and of course they only have 2 turns left to score 2 touchdowns to tie. And it looks like the Dwarven gods and Nuffle have abandoned the Niners. Needed some type of luck to knock down Killigore. I brought the Troll Slayer over here. Crazy Eddie Brim. He even made a go for it there to take away the 2 sources there. But our guy just wasn't able to make the block. Neither on a secondary chance. I blitzed to see if I could scoop up the ball and move around. But Killigore was just too darn big to bring down. And I think that could seal it. Alright, just some kind of more knocking around. We get a stun over here from, I think, Dino Brown over there. Then this weird thing, pretty much, is I try to do a blitz action with Killigore. He boneheaded. But it's not a turnover. He doesn't say he drops the ball or anything, so he's just kind of standing there forgetting he is the ball carrier, and doing that little foul by Yellow Tegu. And that's pretty much it. That's going to be the game. But this is a playoff format, so I'm going to try to do as much devastating as possible damage by the Dwarves and see if they do anything to maybe hinder the Lost Lands Gators as they move on. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to basically show that I'm not playing favorites. Bubba Breaker is going to jump up. He's going to do a blitz action. He's going to send his revenge against the skink. So yellow Tegu here. So that's going to be 2 dice because he's strength 4. All the tackle zones are pretty much occupied for helping out. This will be straight. He doesn't have tackle, but he does have friendly. Let's see what happens. All right, well, he has block. Good thing for him. That was pretty close. Tegu will go down. Does he break Tegu's armor? He does not. They have armor 7, so no real damage there. Alright, I did everything kind of I could. I fouled over there. I didn't really build up too much with certain players. I just tried to get a little bit of kicking around. And the most excitement kind of came here from number 12 here, Baratheon Elkhelm. He did knock down Pink Salt and injured her, but it was a 32, so it was just this for this game. Nothing else basically happens. There we go. The game is over. Okay, that's the game. 2-0. Lost Lands Gators devastating the Mountain Valley 69ers. I thought this game was going to be a lot closer, and really, it could have been because there was that one pivotal turnaround where Yellow Tegu just stood up and held on to a 2 dice block against him to get double skulls. That should have been the Mountain Valley 69ers first score. That would have been kicking off then to the Lost Lands Gators to possibly make it 1-1, and then it could have been a 2-1. Could have been a lot closer, and it also had to push in the later part a lot more quicker things, and if I could have just had the box and kind of gone down, the game could have been closer. But that one pivotal play right there was what turned the game completely around. The Niners weren't able to kind of recover from that, and the Skinks, there weren't many of them, just had 4 on the pitch there, a lot of sources, the Croc Cigar. The strength started to wear down in certain turns where the block skill didn't really push a lot of it. Troll Slayers didn't have a lot of opportunity to do some devastating damage. That armor 9 was able to match exactly with the Niners. So there wasn't a lot of great deal of injury. One skink was out. He's going to miss the next game. So we'll see how the cost prices basically go with that. And Pink Salty was fine, just basically knocked out of this game. Blue Iguana and Pink Salty are the 2 scorers there, so we'll see, and I'll do some MVP checking to see exactly anybody who leveled up, and I'll flash that if that basically happened, and then they move on. They're going to take on the winners that we had, the Pitstrike Steelhearts, so it's going to be those 2 teams facing off in the second round. Okay, Pink Salty did get the MVP, so she is basically going to go up. I'm going to try something I saw on online, one of the YouTube things. I'm going to give her diving catch because she's going to really have an agility skill, and see if I can kind of throw the ball around, give myself a little bit more opportunity when things are kind of broken up, and continue to put pressure on my opponent, because I feel like when the pressure is on, the Lizardmen do really well. So there's the 1 star player moving up, and we move into the next game.